Alright, people, so I'm here with your Raw review here. So, a lot of prominent things happened on this show. No more Owens and Jericho. Charlotte lost her belt to Bayley. I'll get to all those things, but let's start off with the beginning of the show. We have Reigns and Stephanie McMahon cutting a promo. So, basically, all it is Reigns coming out saying he wants to fight Strowman tonight. Pretty basic shit. Then you have Gallows and Anderson coming out. And, then that leads to a Reigns versus Gallows and Anderson match. So it's a fucking handicap match here. Of course, your fucking Superman Roman Reigns has to well, technically he won, but via disqualification. But I mean, he still fucking won the match. I mean, you can't even. I mean, this is not some jobber tag team. This is not the Shitty Stars. This is not the Vaudevillains. This is Gallows and Anderson. You're new tag team champions, and you figure they're the new champs. You ought to build them up a little bit, right? Well, no. You got Roman. Not only does he technically won the match, okay, via disqualification, so it was kind of like nobody won. But then after the match, he beats them both up, so it's 2-on-1, and he comes out on top. I mean, that is a definition of dumb fuckery right there. It just makes me sick. Every fucking week, pretty much, they have to put this guy over. I mean, he's on top 90% of the time. It makes me sick to my stomach to see this guy. So, the match sucked. It was only 3 minutes and 15 seconds long. I mean, the matches on this show fucking sucked. I mean, they were terrible tonight. They were short. They were filled with jobbers. Just terrible fucking matches tonight. Then we have Kofi Kingston. This is what I'm talking about. Kofi Kingston defeating Bo Dallas. I mean, who the fuck wants to see this piece of shit? It was 0 out of 5 stars. 2 minutes and 20 seconds long. I mean, let's get the fuck out of here with this bullshit. Gallagher defeats Dar, and this match sucked. I mean, and again, the cruiserweight division. 3 minutes and 15 seconds long. And as Noam Dar would say, this match sucks. I can't really do his accent well, but it sucked. I mean, the cruiserweight division is a disaster. Then here we go. This is another prominent thing I forgot. Today was the big debut of Emelina. So they've been building up this motherfucker now for they said 17 weeks. Is it okay? If it's 17 weeks, okay, but I swear it's been longer than that. But yeah, okay, 17 weeks is what, 4 months, a little bit longer than 4 months. Okay, I'll give them 4 months, I don't know. But the point is, they've been building up this motherfucker for a long time. So it's a conversion of Emma to Emelina. To me, they're showing pictures of her. She looks like a hooker, like a slut, like a porn star in these pictures. I don't know what the fuck Emelina is supposed to be. Is she supposed to be an adult actress? An entertainer? I don't fucking know. A strip, person. She might be employed at the strip club now. I don't know. But so she comes out. Fucking Corey Graves has. During Emelina's promo, it sounds like he has fucking 5 orgasms. I mean, it's like they're hyping this person up. It's like nobody gives a shit about it. Everybody is so sick of this. I just can't fall asleep at night because of Emelina. I've been thinking about her debut now for so fucking long. I can't even sleep at night, guys. I mean, it's so ridiculous, this whole Emelina bull. They are so bad at debuting superstars for the most. I mean, Samoa Joe's debut is one of the only good ones. But it's like they have to have these cheesy 30-second vignettes every week for 6 months before they debut a superstar. Just fucking get rid of all that and debut them. I mean, they could save probably millions of dollars by, instead of having that fucking vignette, just put a fucking 30-second ad instead to fucking Tostino's pizza rolls. I mean, I don't fucking know. I mean, they would make millions of more dollars. So she comes out. Okay, after all this hype, all right, at least we're going to get something good, right? Well, you shouldn't be thinking that, because look at people like Fandango. I mean, where is he now? Nowhere to be found. They fucked him up too with, remember his vignettes and all the shit like that. That was terrible. And then he didn't wrestle for fucking 3 months after his debut either. Because nobody could pronounce his name right. But then anyway, you have you know, Emily, she comes out and she's like, you've been waiting for so. No, I haven't. I really haven't been waiting. I haven't been excited for your debut, but let's hear what you gotta say. She says, okay, now I'm going to transform from Emelina to back to Emma. I mean, what the fuck is this bull? Who the fuck thinks of this bullshit? I mean, there are so many times where whoever thinks of these things in WWE, I mean, that's a fireable offense. I mean, what the fuck is this? This is a disaster. I mean, it's like you make a fucking company, and before you even sell a product, you're already like $2 million in the hole because you're such a bad businessman. I mean, just like cut it, stop it. Don't you're obviously not good at this. You know, stop doing. You know, this idea isn't going to work. You know, you're already $2 million in the hole. You know, move on to the next idea. This is a failure. This is exactly what Emelina is. She's already a failure. We've only seen her one time, but she's already a motherfucking another failure in WWE. And they have had so many, but this is a beauty. But yet they're going to keep trying with her, and like I said, instead of being $2 million in the hole, this is an analogy. You're going to be fucking 20 million before you know it. Just stop it. Get you know, just to say she died in a plane crash. Obviously not literally, but like storyline wise, you know, oh, Emelina going to, you know, fucking you know, Corpus Christi for the live event, died in a plane crash. Oh, no more Emelina. Just I mean, get rid of her, repackage her. Then we have Strowman defeating Mark Henry, who needs to retire. It was 4 minutes and 50 seconds long. 0 out of 5 stars. Oh, it's two behemoths in the ring. No, it was just a boring ass match. I mean, these matches are usually boring as fuck with two big men. I mean, the move set is really limited when you have two big men in there, let alone one. Then we have Samoa Joe's backstage interview here. You know, I'm kind of happy with the way they're building up Samoa Joe. I mean, he's very good at, like, when he's coming down to the ring, he looks tough. You know, he said he's gonna beat up everybody. You know, they're really trying to make him like a badass, and so far, I mean, they've done a decent job of it. You know, thinking about it, I don't know how good he is talent wise in the ring. Oh, just because he's from New Japan Pro Wrestling or Ring of Honor, that makes him a great wrestler by default. No, I still have to see that, but I mean, they've done a pretty good job of making him seem like a badass. Hopefully, you know, they don't fuck him up and make him lose to Roman Reigns or some shit like that. But I'm not a big fan of backstage interviews because it takes away from the live aspect of WWE. I mean, that's what WWE is supposed to be, live, you know, authentic. But I mean, it was an all right little promo. But I'm like I said, I'm still not. I wish it would have been live. It feels more authentic if it's live. So, I mean, I wasn't too happy with this, but you know, he says, you know, he's basically putting himself over, you know, as a bad. You know, I'm a little bit happy with the way they're building him up. You know, like I said, we'll see what happens. They haven't fucked him up yet, like they have Emelina. But, you know, this is the way. This is, you know, how you debut somebody versus Emelina. I mean, look at Emelina's situation. Just a total disaster. I mean, at least he actually looks tough. You know, too many times in WWE, people look like your fruitcakes, like Bailey. But, you know, so I'll give him credit. I'll see where this goes. And so far, I'm somewhat happy. So then we have Sami Zayn defeating Rusev. 7 minutes and 35 seconds here. I gave it a half star out of 5. Pretty boring, pointless, you know, match. It wasn't anything special. And then after the match, you have, you know, Samoa Joe coming out and beating up Sami Zayn. He didn't really beat him up too much. I'm not a big fan of the Coquina Clutch or whatever the fuck that name, the move of that name is, or the name of that move. You know, like I said, they're trying to portray Samoa Joe as a badass, and him doing a sleeper hold isn't a badass finisher, really. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's just a basic ass finisher. We've seen many people do it before, like Dolph Ziggler. I mean, I'd really like him to get a new submission or a new finisher that looks unique, or it's, you know, a little bit more brutal than a sleeper hold. But I wish he would have, like, put Sami Zayn through a table or beat him up more, which would have solidified him more as a badass. But, you know, like I said, I'm still pretty happy with the way that they're building him up. Um, but like I said, at least he looks tough. You know, I'll give him WWE that. At least he looks tough. You know, in his debut promo, I mean, it was an all right promo, but he could have talked longer. I said that. You know, like I said, everything in this company is too short. Give him 10 or 15 minutes to talk. I mean, it was too short. Um, but yeah, so moving on here, we have this Tazawa guy, the guy that likes to yell every 10 seconds versus defeating Davari in a 3 minute and 20-second match. 0 out of 5 stars. Again, a waste of fucking time. I mean, look at the first cruiserweight match, 3 minutes and 15 seconds. So both cruiserweight matches were 3 fucking minutes. I mean, get out of here. I mean, that just shows you how lame the cruiserweight division is. So yeah, I gave that 0 out of 5 stars. Then we have the Festival of Friendship. This was a big ass segment tonight. So at first it was funny. You have Jericho out there, you know, presenting Owens with art. It was pretty funny. You know, they had, you know, Owens and Jericho and the one painting naked, or Jericho was wearing tights, and they, you know, doing the, I don't know what painting it is, but they were mocking that one painting. That was pretty fucking funny, and it was funny, you know. You know, they had a bunch of comedy act. It was basically a comedy thing, and then Owens tells Jericho he got him a gift, and it's a new list, but Jericho's name is on it, and it's a list of KO, and then Owens just, you know, attacks him and shit, and I'm sure a lot of people are saying, oh, what a great moment, a great job WWE. You know, I saw on Bleacher Report they gave this segment an A+, so obviously somebody liked it, but I don't like it because I think it's way too early to break these two up. They had a lot going for them. They were liked by the fans. They were very good together, good at cutting promos. They were fucking hilarious. They had great chemistry, and then they just break them up. I mean, they've been together like 6 months. I thought they should have given them a lot more time together, and then, you know, maybe 6 more months down the road, or however long down the road, then break them up. If you do that, one, you get many more good promos of them together. They were, I mean, I thought they were just getting going together. I mean, they were very good together. I love them together. I mean, even, you know, you say, okay, Owens drops the belt, you know, and down the line, you can still have Owens and Jericho go for the tag team belts or some shit like that. I mean, these guys, you could have kept them together for a long ass time more, but they break them up. I just don't get that. And while this was like a shocking, surprising moment, if they would have kept them together for like 6 more months and then broke them up 6 months later, had the same, you know, Owens attack him, it would have even been more shocking because they would have been together longer. So I don't really support this decision of them breaking them up this early. I thought they could have kept them together. So, and this whole segment was fucking funny. It was some of the best comedy WWE's done in a while. And we all forget about that now because of this breakup. I mean, they should have just kept this a funny segment. And then you had Gilbert out there, you know, who looks like he's 70, and Owens beats him up for like 30 seconds. I mean, you know, keep this as a comedy act. You know, don't fucking go right from comedy to this. I mean, then you forget about all the comedy that was actually good. I mean, it was actually good comedy. So I did not really like, you know, it was a funny segment, but then I didn't like him breaking him up. I mean, you could say the moment was good because it was surprising and shocking, but it's not good because there's no more Owens and Jericho now. You know, what the fuck? Yeah, we'll see what the fuck happens as a result of this, and we can judge, you know, based on what they do in the next month or two. You know, then we can judge on that. You know, if what they're going to create out of this is going to be good, but we'll see. Then we have Cesaro defeating Enzo in a fucking 2 minute and 40 second match. 0 out of 5 stars. Like I was saying, the matches on this show sucked. I mean, they were all short and jobber filled. Then we have the main event: Bayley defeating Charlotte for the title. You know, people might say, "Oh, what a great moment! Bayley won the title. Bayley won the title." Now, I don't really think it was a good moment because, first, I don't even think Bayley's worthy of holding the title because they've hardly even given her. You know, they hardly even pushed her at all. I mean, they just threw her in the fucking title picture because, you know, Sasha Banks and Charlotte was like 6 months old. I mean, that feud ran its course, so they needed somebody else to put in there. And Bayley was like the only other baby face there. So Bayley gets, you know, the title now after pretty much winning nothing, doing nothing. You know, she just gets the title. And then second off, she's not worthy because her gimmick's a fucking disaster. I mean, she goes around hugging everybody. I mean, I'm so tired of that gimmick. Oh, you want to hug? You want to hug? I mean, again, get the fuck out of here with that bullshit. Wrestling's supposed to be tough. You're supposed to be tough especially if you're the champion. You should be tough. You shouldn't have a fucking champion who acts like a child. I mean, in a sport of violence, you should have tough champions. Um, but Bailey does not. She does not ooze toughness. She oozes a 6-year-old. She acts like a 6-year-old child. I mean, her gimmick is just so. Like she came down to the ring a couple weeks ago to save Sasha Banks from Nia Jax, and she doesn't even engage Nia Jax in a fight. She just stands there and she's like, "Stop it, Nia Jax! Stop it, you!" I mean, her gimmick is terrible. It's fucking terrible. It appeals to fucking children and adults who live in their parents' basements, who jerk off over Cena all day. I mean, it's not a good gimmick. It's not championship worthy, and I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy that she's a champion. So it was a decent match, so I'll give it that. Like oh, surprise! I didn't record how long this match was. I forgot to do that, but it was way longer than most of the matches on the show. But surprise! You give a match longer than 2 minutes, and it's a quality match. I mean, it wasn't a great match, but it was a decent match wrestling wise. Like I said, was not happy with the result, but we'll see what they do going forward here. But and it really, Charlotte, they've been building up Charlotte for quite a while. It really lessens her value now that she lost to the fucking fruitcake of WWE, Bailey. But we'll see what they do moving forward here. But there you go, people. Was not happy about the Owens and Jericho breakup. That made me very sad because that was one of the only good parts of WWE is Owens and Jericho. They were funny together. They were good together. And to see them break them up way too early is sad. They should have broken up the New Day, who have been together for way longer and are way more stale than Owens and Jericho, who were not even stale at all. I mean, many great funny moments, backstage promos, you name it. But they could have had 6 more months of that, a year longer of that of great shit with Owens and Jericho. But instead, they break them up. Not happy about that, people. So there you go, people. There's your Raw review.